One.
The letter comes on a Saturday morning. My sister opens it. My mother's handwriting is easy, my sister says. She doesn't write in script. She writes so we can understand her. Then she reads my mother's letters slowly while Hope and I sit at the kitchen table, cheese grits near gone, scrambled eggs leaving yellow dots in our bowls. My grandmother's beloved biscuits forgotten. She's coming for us, my sister says, and reads the part where my mother tells her the plan. We're really leaving Greenville, my sister says, and Hope sits up straighter and smiles. But then the smile is gone. How can we have both places? How can we leave all that we've known? Me on Daddy's lap in the early evening, listening to Hope and Dell tell stories about their lives at the small school a mile down the road? I will be 5 one day at the Nickel Town School is a mystery I'm just about to solve. What about the fireflies and ditches? And what about the nights when we all climb into our grandparents' bed and they move apart, making room for us in the middle? And maybe that's why my sister reads the part I don't hear. A baby coming, another one, a brother or sister, still in her belly, but coming soon. She's coming to get us, my sister says again, looking around our big yellow kitchen, then running her hand over the hardwood table as though she's already gone and trying to remember this. One morning late winter. Then one morning my grandfather is too sick to walk the half mile to the bus that takes him to work. He stays in bed for the whole day, waking only to cough and cough and cough. I walk slow around him, fluffing his pillows, pressing cool cloths over his forehead, telling him stories that come to me again and again. This I can do, find him another place to be when this world is choking him. Tell me a story, he says, and I do. New York, baby. When my mother returns, I will no longer be her baby girl. I am sitting on my grandmother's lap when she tells me this already, so tall my legs dangle far down, the tips of my toes touching the porch mat. My head rests on her shoulder now, where once it came only to her collarbone. She smells the way she always does of pine sol and cotton, Dixie peach hair grease, and something warm and powdery. I want to know whose baby girl I'll be when my mother's new baby comes, born where the sidewalks sparkle and me just a regular girl. I don't know how much I loved being everyone's I didn't know how much I loved being everyone's baby girl until now when my life as baby girl is nearly over. Leaving Greenville. My mother arrives in the middle of the night and sleepily we pile into her arms and hold tight. Her kiss on the top of my head reminds me of all that I love, mostly her. It is late winter, but my grandmother keeps the window in our room slightly open so that the cold, fresh air can move over us as we sleep. 2 thick quilts and the 3 of us side by side. This is all we know now. Cold pine breezes, my grandmother's quilts, the heat of the wood-burning stove, the sweet, slow voices of the people around us, dust wafting, then settling as though it said all that it needs to say. My mother tucks us back into our bed, whispering, we have a home up north now. I'm too sleepy to tell her that Greenville is home, that even in the wintertime the crickets sing us to sleep. And tomorrow morning you'll get to meet your new baby brother. I am already mostly asleep again, 2 arms wrapped tight around my mama's hand. Roman. His name is as strange as he is, this new baby brother, so pale and quiet and wide-eyed. He sucks his fists, taking us all in without blinking. Another boy, Hope says. Now it's even Steven around here. But I don't like the new baby of the family. I want to send it back to wherever babies live before they get here. When I pinch him, a red mark stays behind and his cry is high and tinny, a sound that hurts my ears. That's what you get, my sister says. His crying is him fighting you back. Then she picks him up, holds him close, tells him softly everything's all right, everything's always going to be all right, until Roman gets quiet, his wide black eyes looking only at Dell as if he believes her. Part 3 followed the sky's mirrored constellation to freedom. New York City. Maybe it's another New York City the Southerners talk about. Maybe that's where the money is falling from the sky, diamonds speckling the sidewalks. Here there is only gray rock, cold and treeless as a bad dream. Who could love this place where no pine trees grow, no porch swing moves with the weight of your grandmother? This place is a Greyhound bus, humming through the night, then letting out a deep breath inside a place called Port Authority. This place is a driver yelling, New York City, last stop, everybody off. This place is loud and strange and nowhere I'm ever going to call home. Brooklyn, New York. We did not stay in the small apartment my mother found on Bristol Street, Brownsville, Brooklyn, USA. We did not stay because the dim bulb that hung from a chain swung back and forth when our upstairs neighbors walked across their floor, casting shadows that made my brother cry and suck hard on his middle fingers. We did not stay because the building was big and old, and when the bathroom ceiling fell into the bathtub, my mother said, I am not Henny Penny, and that is not the sky. So she called Aunt Kay and her boyfriend Bernie. They borrowed a truck and helped us pack, bundled us up in winter coats, turned off that swinging light, and got us out of there. Herzl Street. So we moved to Herzl Street, where Aunt Kay and Bernie lived upstairs, and Peaches from Greenville lived below us. And on Saturday nights, more people from Greenville came by, sitting and running their mouths, while the pots on the stove bubbled with collards and sizzled with chicken and cornbread baked up brown inside Kay's big black oven. And the people from Greenville brought people from Spartanburg and Charleston, and all of them talked like our grandparents talked and ate what we ate. So they were red dirt and pine trees. They were fireflies in jelly jars and lemon chiffon ice cream cones. They were laughter on hot city nights, hot milk on cold city mornings, good food and good times, fancy dancing and soul music. They were family.